Okay. All right, Trey, good to see you. How are you doing? Welcome to the Chill and Chat. Tsunami Chill and Chat. Last night we did the plan to see what there's possible tsunami coming. Kind of looks like it. It's some type of stuff. Hey, Tanya, how you doing? Hi, Chloe. I'm off the hook. You're busy tonight. Awesome. Going up good. Good, good, good. This is just a chat. Didn't see anything happening out there. Nobody was talking or anything. So, well, we have a chat. The chilling chat. Audio's garbled when you shut down. See how we sound. Is that any better? Oh, that is good. I changed that. Settings. Audio. Take that off. Reduce mic. See if that's better. I'm on a delay, so it takes a second. Sometimes just switching the settings on and off makes a big difference. There we go. Yeah, it kind of resets the mic. There we go. So, any news today? I haven't heard anything new about Dan or anything else. I kind of been off the radar today. No, it's still up there. Right there. Gotta leave that up. I'll leave that up until country's not in distress, but that'll be a really long time. Probably another 6 to 8 years. We've got another year of Trudeau. And then we have another shill coming up, Polyev. He's going to save the country just like Trump is, you know. So we'll get some little treats and all that, but the main legislation that they want through, like the speech laws and all that, that'll all stay in place, which is, of course, the biggest problem in all the 5G legislation and wiring it through us. And they'll put up, they've got their 5G cordoning by neighborhood. And I was going to answer that, Trey. I heard some food with no cell tower. Let's see if it works. Cardash of salt, poor favor. I bet it will. I bet it will. Well, you're watching it by satellite, right? If a tree falls in the forest, the oligarchs know because they're tracking every tree, every animal, every plant. Seems like a real task to do that. You imagine the databases they must have, like just with all these constant streams of information coming in. Yeah, Tulsi's on the terrorist list now. That's hilarious. Oh, there was I don't know what that is. I don't often get to play stuff and stay up unless it's for learning purposes, which everything on here is for learning purposes. I don't know why they think it's not. Like even the music we listen to is to open up our pineal and make sure that our chakras are working well. Yeah, whistleblowers. What is that? I was added to a terrorist watch list. Yeah, so is who's on the terror list there? Not by the U.S. government, but I imagine Tucker Carlson has made his way onto that. Maybe Joe Rogan. Yeah, your constitution is just absolutely gone. Hi, F Kitty. But yeah, Tulsi on the surveilled by government. They do that a lot. They really, if they want to, they can surveil just about anybody electronically, not just through your phone. Like, hold on one second. Cat needs a good brushing every once in a while. She's not. She's pretty fond of it. But wife talks to her quite a lot. Yeah, back at you there, F Kitty. Loading your pipe. Yeah, that's a good idea. Where is my pipe? Let's do that. Hmm. Where's my big ass pipe? My little one. Hmm. Don't want to use that one. Give me a second here. No, don't know where it is. It'll take quite a while. It'll take a while to find. I'd be gone. Far too long. Hey, Karen. Puffs and smooches. I'll just use the little pipe. Yeah. I was going to take a look into Japan a little more, but so a lot of people believe that their economy isn't really going to affect us. So that's a good thing. A lot of their economy was based on trading in commodities and loans and stuff. So it was pretty much an entire fiat system bound to collapse. They were giving like positive loans. Basically, you take out a loan like at at less than 0%. Like they pay you. I don't know how that works. Pay you to take out a loan. Yeah, plenty of watch lists for sure. The kindest ways to off the farmstead animals. Kosher is right up there, by the way. So they're gonna off all the kosher cows and stuff. I wonder if their red heifer. I wonder if their red heifer got COVID. That's tasty. Oh yeah, I don't have to do that. Why do I keep doing that? Keep forgetting that there's a better way to switch between screens. Where is that? No. Okay, I lost it. Let me find it. No, not there. Let's go with subscriptions. No, that's not it. Where are notifications? Can't find it. Looking for something from Woo Riders just posted. Kosher's way of controlling the quality of food sacrifice supply. The cold dust indica. Good for you, Trey. Hi, Danny. Good to see you. They're currently a what? A goldish standard. Yeah, gold standard is pretty much the best way to go. It worked for thousands of years. I don't know why well, I know why we got off it, so that people could take advantage of it. Right now, silver's at a pretty good price. Gold is quite up. A lot of the commodity traders are saying that silver is the best thing to go into. Gold and silver, heirloom seeds. Yep, definitely. What's that? Off the hook. First show, Blue Angels. Oh yeah, I used to go see the Blue Angels. Where'd that go?
From these stellar aircraft are giving.
Yeah, stunt aircraft, lots of fun. There it was.
So there were hundreds of these 9-foot reptilian guys standing with their legs.
Hundreds.
Yeah, they were all the way across underneath their vehicles,
Okay,
standing
so
on the
9
crater.
feet, and what do they look like?
They're ugly looking lizard
Lone Ranger with a mask? Yeah.
type people. They got the same skin as the lizards got, okay, and terrible looking faces. But then they have the ability to shift and look like a human.
Mm-hmm.
All of them do.
That's the problem with the royals, eh? They're always shifting and looking human. Hi, Paula. Old news, yep. Thanks, Off the Hook. Always with the positive comment. I know, I just showed it from your, that was your video. Just thought I'd highlight your video there. Good one. This stuff needs to be repeated for the younger generation, for new people, for those just waking up. Just because we know it. Like they say, common sense isn't that common, right? So it's good to remind people of all these things that have been said in the past and done. And the reptilian element, I don't know what to do about that, you know? Is it real, isn't it? It seems real in some sense, you know? Whether it's just some morphic change that they do, you know, maybe an overexpressed reptilian mind. I don't know, maybe that leads to things, I don't know. Do you think a human being could change his DNA enough that he could shapeshift? Lizreal. Wouldn't it hurt to get some how-to for canning? Oh yeah, dry meat. Water filtration. My grandmother's side was born in 1879. Wow. South Texas up to Barossa River in a wagon. Nice. Yeah, I think that I've seen a lot of new things on canning meat. You know, that was pretty cool. Yep. Draconian rule. Yeah, I think they're real too. Even the Chitahuri that the Africans talk about, the ant people of Mesoamerica. Well, I think they can take the moon and go away. Danny's seen it happen, seen shape-shifting. I've only seen videos of people with black eyes and stuff. Just as likely to get an extra appendage or two. Oh man.
That's why channeling works.
Your brain is
Draconian Anunnaki. What about the Nagas? The Nagas of India, are they the same thing, do you think? Need a radio broadcast? Yeah, I could maybe do an Alex Jones, eh? Do a news thing. Skinwalkers in Utah. We did Skinwalker Ranch. It seems to be a portal. Something big's going to happen there. Should look at that again and see possibly when that's going to happen. It's probably pretty soon if it hasn't happened already. Hmm. Yeah, many different ones. Yeah, there could be. I don't think the ant people in the Chittahuri are quite the same. Ant people to me would be completely different than like, I don't know, your typical gray, I think. The Alpha Draconians, I don't know, they're supposed to be quite big. Some of them up to 12 feet. But they have, oh, sure. Oh, in the Dums? Oh, wow. Father worked in the Dums. That's an interesting place. All the mutated creatures they have down there. All the chimeric creatures. That's what a lot of people believe the aliens is chimeric creatures. Even the reptilians, they all might have just come from here. A lot of people believe they're from like Alpha Draconia, that star system. But they could be from here. All of them. The Hindus talk of the Nagas, and I've seen, I'm sure many of you have seen the petrified Nagas head that Roger has shown. One of his viewers sent in images of it. So I think they're here. Yeah, seen a few odd things, eh, Karen? Especially around the White Sands, yeah. Spirits and aliens. Does change the risk success possibilities. Reptilian race smaller in size than the Dracos and more friendly. Yeah, I've heard that. I want to see the Dogmen come back. Apparently they were really friendly. A lot of people think that the Dogmen are like the, what do you call them? Skinwalkers. The Chupacabra. Might be Dogmen. Some wild dogmen, uncivilized. St. Francis was a dogman, I think it was. I think it was St. Francis. At least that's how they depict him. Right, they're very smart. Apparently what they like to do is trade, so, very friendly people. Was it St. Christopher? Thank you, Woo Rider. While stationed on Holloman Air Force Base, they used to ride bikes. Huh, nice. Hopefully they didn't get blown up. That place, a lot of people believe that that's the footage they used for the lunar landing. That they used a base for that. White Sands would be perfect. All the cratered areas. Let's take a look there. Is this the right one in Nevada? A lot of water around there. That's pretty cool. Let's go with missile range. Oh, there we go. Yeah, that looks all blowed up. Doesn't look much like the moon, though. Pyramid Lake. Where's that? Jumping dunes. Had to get a metal plate. Wow. Hi, Squirrel Sniper. Good to see you. Yeah, St. Christopher. What a good dude. Hi, Max. Hi, Paula.
Hey, yeah, I say Draconians, friggin' Anunnaki, all real because the history of it is that they created us as a slave race, and they're always screwing with our DNA
Mm-hmm.
without saying more than that, so that you don't get in trouble. If you know, you know. Yeah. It's just I'm sticking to reason and logic as I'm connecting all these dots.
Yeah.
Yep.
Devil's Island, of course. Yeah. Pyramid
Yeah.
Lake.
Yeah.
Yeah, all these weird places they cordon off and don't really let you go. I don't know if you can go to White Sands here, but oh wow.
Did you look at that one video I sent you that
No, I didn't. I couldn't. I don't have TikTok on my phone.
where do you have it at?
On my computer.
Oh, okay. On your
Yes.
laptop?
No, I have a desktop computer.
Oh. Okay.
Uh,
Let's see.
yeah, send it to me.
Ministry. Yeah. Ministry of Humanity. What the fuck is that about? You should look up
Oh, hold
Ministry
on.
of Humanity, everyone.
Gmail inbox. Let me pull it up here.
I found out about it through TikTok, Googled it, and it was true.
Let's see, is this it? Some of your stuff won't play in Canada, so.
Well, duh. I figured
No,
as much.
this one.
Yeah, I like that one. Oh, you gotta say the other one. I don't recall that one. Play that other one that showed me making a duet with it. That one's cute. I like it.
This one? Oh,
It was the one that was started to play, and then you changed it to the other one.
По 11-годишно дете е
It's
било
got to start at the beginning. I don't know why it's cutting the beginning off.
Була напада и убива
Yeah.
друго куче, померан.
I don't know how to
Това
get
в
back
Южния
to
парк.
it.
А на София
разхождахме моето куче Померан.
I don't know how to stop these videos suck. I hate TikTok. It just keeps going.
Yeah, it shouldn't do that.
I don't know what it's doing. I'm gonna stop sharing this.
Yeah, because that's not even showing. Anyway, so she says you can't just go around telling people they have their head stuck in their ass, and then the song plays, "Watch me now."
Yeah.
And that's totally my attitude. That's so neat.
White gypsum. Okay. Yep. Treats for all the furry friends. Definitely. All these F bombs will get John. Yeah, well, I don't know if F bombs are a problem or not. It's for adults only.
Yeah, it's definitely adults only. Yeah, speaking of fur babies, I lost two within the past week and a half from
Oh no.
outside.
Oh, your
Yep,
outside friends, yeah.
outside friends, yeah, but I've been trying to keep alive, but I'm pretty sure that the sky aerosols are taking them out.
Well, don't you have coyotes in your area too?
No, no, no. I watched them wither away to nothing
Oh, okay, gotcha.
and slowly die before my eyes.
Oh,
So I know how they die.
okay. That sucks. Sorry to hear that. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
I got one more out there I've
smudge
been
break.
tending to. And she's next, I'm sure. So yeah, I've been grieving pretty hard.
How old were they? Do you know?
Uh Not really very old. They were not old at all. Just a few years, which
Yeah.
I knew is a lot more in cat years, but just
They're
like,
drinking a lot of the water and stuff from the
yeah,
ponds and
and
all that. You
they
know, being
drink
exposed to the
the
elements.
faucet water. We'd give them when it wasn't raining, and when it rained, they preferred the rainwater, which we know about the rainwater
Yeah.
comes from the aerosol skies. So yeah,
Yeah,
they
that's too
didn't
bad.
know any better.
Sorry to hear that. That sucks.
Yes. Everybody, they just don't understand why all the animals are dying. And, well, I see the TikTok videos too. It's happening all over. There's cats and dogs that are running around out there where they're pulling their entire bodies around by just their front legs because their ass end is dying faster than their front end. And they can't even use their hind legs anymore. And Pretty Boy died suddenly, but Miss Mouthy, she withered slowly, and she got to where she couldn't even hardly walk anywhere without. She looked like she was drunk, skin and bones, and drunk. And then there's the ticks, and then we know about the Gil Bates and his tick
Yeah.
wars.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, we were looking at Japan last night. They had a warning for an earthquake of a 9 on the Richter scale.
Yeah.
So we were looking into seeing if there was a tsunami going to happen within the next 6 months. It kind of looks like it. There's a lot of the stuff I'm showing on screen right now are the responses to it. Especially Trey there.
Yeah.
What is it?
My husband told me about it. He said they were saying that it wasn't real likely to be anything too bad, but I told him I don't believe it. If it was a decent sized earthquake, there's gonna be a tsunami.
Most probably. All things have to try and settle eventually, and they've been fracking everywhere too. I don't know if they've
Yes.
fracked in Japan, but that makes a huge difference.
Yeah, it does. They say they fracked, I guess, get oil to the surface, but I think they frack to cause earthquakes.
Oh, it's natural gas. It's not for oil. It's natural shale gas.
Natural gas, okay.
Yeah.
But I still think they're doing it to cause earthquakes, and they say that it's for natural gas. Because you don't, why you got to frack? Why don't you drill and drain?
I don't know. They put a bunch of talk. Like you look at Flint, Michigan, they fracked there and messed it up. So what happens then is all the fuel comes up to the surface, and it's poison.
Uh,
Hi, G.
Hello,
Hi,
hello,
G.
everyone. Yeah, good to
Hey,
see you both.
hey.
Everyone in chat, hello.
Yep, there are warnings. Yeah, and Trey said Noah was one of his comments I'm just reading.
Yeah, Noah,
Riders on the
sea.
storm. Riders in the storm. Fresh cut fields. That's kind of good, but if you think of them as people, midway to Northland ice. Some of these are very interesting. The Galactic Light Council came up from Chloe. And we always, when we see these, when we view these events, we always kind of see somebody helping it out. Like these things wouldn't be as bad. Like they may know that Japan is due for an earthquake, so they don't have to really do as much. You don't have to spend as much energy when something's ready to go, right?
Yes, when they
You know?
predict. Yeah.
Yeah. You know, you find a fault line that's got a lot of pressure in and it's ready to pop anyways. You pump a whole bunch of extra energy into it and make sure it goes off. And they
When
had
they
Japan had their financial crush on August 8th. And apparently it's a 888. 20, I
Wow.
think, yeah, somebody was mentioning in chat last night that it's August 8th is 888 because of the year 2024. It's also
Yeah,
an 8.
that's up to 8. Yes.
Yeah.
I've seen that all over TikTok as well. Yes. But they're the ones causing all the volcanoes and shit to go off. And they cause the
Well, yeah, where did
earthquake.
they do that in Syria? They ran off those 9 earthquakes in a row, you know?
Yeah. Yeah.
It was just practicing.
Oh, do you know they're surrounding the mount where what do you call it? The mosque is or whatever over there in
They're doing
Jerusalem.
what to it?
They're surrounding the mosque in Jerusalem, the Temple Mount,
Yeah.
where they want to rebuild the new temple. And it's gonna be happening during their precious little 9th of Av, AV,
Oh,
and
is that when they're supposed to or kill a red heifer?
they've been practicing already on the same mount
Okay.
how to sacrifice them properly. So what doesn't make sense to me is if you're not really supposed to sacrifice the red heifer until you know how to do it perfectly, were those really just tests or practice? I think they've already been doing it, period.
Huh.
I think they're going to keep doing it until their little dark magic spell actually kicks in, and they must be close because they're all surrounding the Temple Mount at this point. Or
Well, I
as of
heard
today.
they have every stone and every bit of ornamentation for the
Temple.
temple to be built. They're just
Yes.
waiting.
Yes, and my prediction is that Trump will come in, the temple will be built, and he will likely sit in that temple proclaiming that he is God. Because he's the only one that said, I am
What do
the
you got to
truth.
say there, G?
This stuff is pretty heavy. I mean,
Yeah.
what interesting times we live in.
It is.
Oh my God.
Well, they have to get rid of the mosque first, right? So.
Yeah, they have to get rid of it before they can do that. And everybody keeps postulating, well, they're going to sneak it and put it somewhere else. No, the fuck they're not. They are following their script that they wrote. And it must be on that Temple Mount, period. But I never thought that I would be here. I thought, back when I was being religious, Christ is going to come and I'm going to get raptured away and it's going to be wonderful and blah, blah, blah. Nope. No rapture, no Christ. I'm going to be here for it. and I'm pissed, and I figured out their book, and I'm pissed off about it. Never thought it happened like that. Nope.
Well, you
But it
never know.
did.
You might get a surprise. You might get raptured. You never know. That could happen at any time because no one knows the time, right?
It could be just an alien abduction at this point by the
Yeah, it
Dracos.
could be.
Yeah.
Hold on. Put on my
Well,
hat.
if I were abducted,
Gotta get a different
I'd be
set of
going out with a
headphones.
bang.
Well, they
Do you
usually
think
like to attack while you're in bed and they think you're asleep.
Good grief.
And because, a few years back now, I was 3 o'clock in the morning going to bed 3 hours after my husband had gone to bed, and he was asleep. And he never remembers his dream, yet he remembers being inside of a dream, trapped inside of a dream. So
Oh,
that
I've
he
had those.
couldn't
Those are
help me at all.
trippy.
He couldn't do anything at all to help. And here I was laying down ready to kill him because now also during this night, he all of a sudden, for the first time ever, started having restless leg syndrome and snoring. And so I was ready to strangle this motherfucker. So I know I'm awake. And I'm ready to kill him, okay? And these motherfuckers tried to abduct my fucking ass. And I got 5 feet up off the bed as I watched me get further and further above the bed away from him when I said Yeshua, because I knew that there is power in the shu sound, S-H-U sound. And immediately when I said that, I started going back down to the bed. When my head hit the pillow, I said Jesus, just in case. That was back when I was still religious. And 5 years ago or so. And as soon as I hit the bed, I saw a vision, and I don't see visions. This shit is new to me. And I saw a vision of a tall, angry gray at my front living room window. So as soon as I could move, of course, I had that what they call sleep paralysis. But I'm here to tell you that shit happens even if you're awake. And I know it shocked them that I was able to even say anything because I had lockjaw. I couldn't. I said it with my jaw clenched, but god damn it, I said it, But as soon as I saw the tall, angry gray at my window, I flew out of bed and grabbed a weapon and flew out the front door, and I was going to whoop me some ass, but chicken shit wasn't there.
Yeah, Karen Lynn says they tried to mess with the wrong cat lady.
That's right. I'll eat you. You don't fuck with me? Me? You want to talk to me, motherfucker, and you ain't got no ulterior motives? You fucking talk to me while I'm awake, fully awake and not in bed, and you talk to me to my fucking face. Otherwise, fuck off. That's what I'm always fucking saying out loud in case they're listening, because I know they are.
That's a pretty good defense. I like that.
Yeah. Ugh. Smack a bitch. Better have something intelligent to
No,
say.
never been abducted.
No. I've been many things, but not that.
Yeah, danced with the devil a few times.
Saw ghosts. Ghosts love me. That's a whole
Yeah.
different story.
And I can't say that I wasn't abducted. I just know that that's all I remember. That could be a false memory that they gave me so that I think that I escaped. I don't know. But I do know that quite a few years earlier, when my daughter was 18, her and my mom were out shopping, and they were headed like north on the road. And they lost 2 hours and ended up on another road back from the road they were on heading south. So I know that they've been screwing with us.
Yeah.
With my family specifically. They don't screw with everyone. They have specific ones that they're testing on.
Yeah, a lot of these abductions do contain memory implantation or memory erasure.
Yes.
And we even have our own governments working on that. So they try
Yes,
to
absolutely. CIA, mostly. You can
yeah, that
Google it.
Sabrina Wallace said that they apparently do try to mess with remote viewers. So
Mhm. And when Paula says it's a bridge, it's a bridge. So yes. So yeah, they're definitely messing with me. Plus, I'm not like most people. You know, even my astrologer said you're not like most Gen Xers. Most Gen Xers just came here to destroy this planet and anyone that gets in their way. She said, but you are the exact opposite of them. So of course they want to fuck with me. Because I want to heal the world and the people and get rid of all the evil ones. So yes, I am the exact opposite as most Gen Xers that just came to destroy.
How many Gen Xers have we got here?
Well, we know that if they're here, they're on our team. They're on the good side.
I think there's quite a few Gen Xers here.
Oh yeah.
Might even have some some boomers.
See, maybe even, yeah.
So
And might even have some boomers, yeah.
there's some in every generation, you know.
Hmm?
There's some good. There's good people in every generation.
Yeah. Oh yeah. There's good and bad in every generation. You can't just say all Gen Xers are good or bad or Z or
We got from
boomers.
X to boomer here.
Yeah.
Danny's an X. Karen's a boomer. What's the current generation? What are they? Gen Z?
Or
Yeah.
Gen A coming in.
Or is it Alpha?
Yeah, Gen Alpha.
Alpha. Yeah.
The new
Yeah, they had to
one's
start
being
over.
born
Yeah.
now.
Yeah. The reset, right?
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Good
The
point.
reset, exactly. The flood. It'll be just
Reset
like
the
the
humans
flood.
too.
The
You could
reset.
genetically reset us.
Mm-hmm.
Something.
Yeah.
Not quite sure what the plan is, but I feel it. I feel it coming.
Maybe a new
Yeah.
luminary. I think a new luminary in the sky would be cool.
2 moons.
Sure. Yeah. Let's get 2 moons going.
Yeah.
Are they talking about Planet X or Nibiru?
No, something different, something new.
Yeah.
Oh.
Just another little
Just something new.
orbital.
Like they brought the moon, right? So bring us a different moon.
Yeah, it could even be smaller, like
I wouldn't mind like
so-called moons around Mars.
I
yeah,
wouldn't post it.
red or yellow, different color would be nice.
Yeah, and if they're both full, can you imagine those evenings? Oh, they'd probably be beautiful. You'd be like,
Oh yeah.
afternoon all night.
Yeah, I think that would evolve people. I think that's why they brought the moon in, because it changes us physically somehow.
Somehow.
Yeah.
It's trippy. I mean, I've heard so many theories about it.
Well, it should pull. Well, if it pulls on the magnetic field, that's part of what shapes us. And a lot of people believe it's held in morphogenic fields. So if you can change and morph the field, you can change and morph the being.
Well, what's interesting
Right.
about, we are in a dualistic world, the 2 hands of God. So, of course, the sun being positive, it needs its negative, which I think is the moon. I think there's something going on there that way. And they have some, I guess it's fact, I'm going to say that. You never know. That actually, if you stand outside in direct moonbeams, it's colder than if you go underneath a tree in the shade at night.
I've heard that.
Yeah. So that would make perfect sense, because negative is just, it's drawing the cold somehow.
Right. That does make
Yeah,
sense.
we need a hot moon. That's what we need, is a hot moon, right?
Yeah.
We've got a cold moon. We could use a hot one.
Yes. Some kind of satellite, like I said, it could be a littler one or something.
Negative energy ions. Those would be good for you, really. And if it's negatively polarized energy.
Yeah.
That's
What do they
actually
call
good
the ones
for
in
you.
the middle? Neutrons? Protons?
Yeah, I don't believe in neutrons.
Okay. I was just looking for something in the center of the yin and yang that we live in. Yeah. It probably doesn't exist. I don't know.
It does. No, it does.
Does
It absolutely does. Yeah. Here, I'll show you. I love showing people this. Right there.
Are you going to tell us why you don't believe in neutrons? Is it because of the light thingy behind you?
Yep. There's only
Oh.
positive and negative in the universe. There's no neutral.
That's right.
Oh, okay.
See? But in the center,
In the
where they
center
merge,
is there's a disc.
a
Here, let me show
disc.
you. Yeah. So there you go. There's a, oops. There's the positive, there's the negative. And in the middle, it's hard to see in this photo, but there's actually a disc. Oh, let me get my headphones on a little better here.
So is that a photon?
That is a photon, the smallest particle in existence.
Okay, photon.
And it's the only real, that's the basis of everything.
It probably is. I have no clue when it gets that small.
Yeah. And even
So-
it can be broken up. The little shower down here of red lights, of red. This is the white part of the photon. And the black balls, they just go around the outside and rejoin with the light after. Yeah.
But yes, the two hands of so
Yeah,
which also is like the old TV screens. Remember when the channel would go dead for the night and you get that white noise and that white and gray
the
going
fuzz.
at you, whatever they call it. Yeah, basically it was just black and white. It looked gray, but it's because the pixels were just moving so quickly. Yeah, but yeah.
Hi, Emmett. Good to see you. Yeah, if you get enough of those together, all the everything in existence, everything that's hard, is positively charged on the outside with the white, and negatively charged on the inside with the black. So it's that's how come we can't push our fingers together, because it's two positives.
Gotcha.
It's just energy, right?
Just the way it is.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Well, let's factor in also that magically they claim that clapping your hands is a very powerful thing to do when performing any kind of a ritual, which is why they're always clapping for each other at the award ceremonies and whatnot.
Good point. Yes.
Clap for the Wolfman.
Because it does. It
Clap,
generates
always
warm
clap.
energy. Yeah. Yeah. And sound.
Yeah.
Another frequency.
Yes, it depends on how you clap your hands, on what kind of sound it's going to make.
Hmm. Sorry, I love talking about light.
No, that was great.
But
yeah.
a lot of people use the idea of light, like if you believe in a flat Earth, right? There's a disk around the middle, it's going up and down, but imagine it on its side. And then above it, you would have the sun and the moon, the black and the white.
Exactly. There's something really to that. We are a creation. That's what I've come to. We are a pretty darn good creation.
Yeah.
And,
well, if it's like that, I think it had to be constructed instead of
Yeah.
like a natural thing.
Yeah, I'm not like throwing in
Yeah.
any deep religion or anything at all here, but you just got to kind of look at this either in the past or currently. Who knows what's going on? Something someone created. It's just a little too nice in its weird way, but not too nice because we can't live on a fluff ball cloud. We have to have things that challenge us through this. I think it's part of the energy regeneration. Just saying. Somehow, whether we like
I
it or
don't
not.
care for the negative part of things. It's making me mad in every way. The meaning of mad, as in mad crazy, as in mad angry, as in all of it.
I'm wondering if there's something going on YouTube. The last few weeks, people have just been on the angrier side on panels and things not going right in their lives. And I'm just wondering, are they sending out something to us just to agitate us?
My wife had to get off of
I'm sure
Facebook
that-
last week. It was causing so much stress.
Yeah.
So I wouldn't doubt it. I felt possibly a little more stressed. I didn't think of it being under technology, but that's possible. Yeah, all these screens transmitting at us.
Yeah, the screens, the towers, everything.
Yeah,
Yes, the aerosols in the sky, all of it.
yeah. They could have changed their algorithms or their their programming. They upgrade their programming all the time with their tracking and all that stuff. And well, all the blockchain and all that goes through us. So if they're changing the programs around, that has an effect on us. Makes us sick.
They're always on me. Matter of fact, the last stream that we were all on, I had to cut out one of those John Lennon videos.
Mm-hmm.
Let them edit it out, or they were going to block me.
Oh,
Are you kidding? The guy has been dead for 40 years. I'm sorry, go ahead.
No, I just can't believe they cried about old videos. What the hell?
Yeah, they're always on me. Almost every other stream, they yell at me for everything has to be over 18. You can't play or say that. They're always on me now.
That's why I don't play anything. Hi, Michigander. Good to see you.
Michigander. Yeah, he's got a lot of knowledge in this vicinity.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Anyway, yeah, I'm fine if they want to cut out something, as long as they don't punish me. They're always wanting. I know they're just on the verge. They're like, just chomping at the bit, waiting for me to make that one bad false move.
Yeah.
It seems like it, doesn't it?
It does.
Yes, they're like, what is the word? Well,
Dirty
for lack
bird.
of a word, I can think they're stalking us, just waiting, lurking, waiting for us to screw up. But I knew I was going to get a strike when I put that one video up that got me grounded for 2 weeks. But, January came and went and it was reset, so I could afford it.
Yeah, in Canada, there's going to be an entire business built up around that, scanning the internet for things that may offend people in the future.
Oh yeah, it's coming. They're going to really
we've got
us down.
That's what our pre-crime bill is. So that if there's something that might offend somebody in the future, and you can prove that it might offend somebody in the future, not that it has offended anybody, that person can earn up to $20,000.
Oh my God!
You can get up to 5 years in jail.
Yeah, Tom Cruise, Minority Report.
Yeah, the Minority Report.
Yeah,
but
there's no victim. It's victimless crime. There's no victim.
Right. Exactly. There's no victim. There's no crime. But however, if they want to play that game, they're definitely pulling all the strings, causing all of this. So they better arrest themselves too.
We know that's not how the law will be applied.
But that's how it ends up. Let's look at history, what Hitler did to his brown shirts, who swept up the whole German towns, got them, all in line. And then he was told, no, they may be too powerful and take over. So they got rid of them, and a lot of them got killed. His own men. Brown shirts. Look it up.
Yeah, so evil turns on evil. You can count on it.
Yeah, so they'll do people who, if you're working for one of these institutions and they're just bad, find something else to do, because if you get wrapped up in it, you never know. Just saying. Oh, I went deep there. I better back off.
No, you're good here. Just no medical misinformation allowed.
Yeah, a lot of code words.
Anything else you can talk about. This is Canada's pretty free about that. political talk and stuff like that is you can do it as long as you're not hurting anybody's feelings in the future. Hi, Mitch Gander. How you doing? Yeah, I wonder if CERN has anything to do with people's emotions too. They do claim that if it's magnetic, it can augment emotions. So
Okay, now let me get something spinning causes, doesn't it not, like in copper coils, something spinning, however they do it, causes an electrical charge?
that's the basis of motor. You
Okay, spinning. Okay.
yeah.
So let's just say, forget about the particle accelerating part, just spinning at that magnitude.
We
Oh, we
lost Mitch.
lost Mission. Please come back. I have questions. Anyway, is it not possible that it's generating some kind of electrical charge that it can send up into the air? I'm just wondering.
Could be, yeah. They're putting in a lot of energy, you know.
Something into it, yeah.
Well, yeah, what they do is they have to power those. The theory goes, at least what they say they're doing, is they're powering those magnetic magnets, right, to keep the particle centered while it travels around, and you pulse the magnets so that you move the particle along faster and faster.
I see.
And it does kind of create its own energy by going faster. It would become heavier. The faster you get to the speed of light, the heavier you become, and that actually would create a lot of friction energy in front of the particle.
That's interesting. So the density changes with the acceleration.
Yeah, because it's smashing against so much other stuff in the ether. It starts growing. Same thing happens with light. That's how light continues on its journey. It actually flips, apparently. It builds up energy on the front side, the black and the white. The white grows bigger and bigger. The black always stays the same size. But then it gets to a certain point and it goes to the back. And the other one comes to the front and it starts building up and building up. And, yeah. Then it flips. Not too sure if that's absolutely 100% true, but that's a theory I've heard recently.
Yeah. Good as any.
Yeah.
It seems logical. I like logic.
Yeah. It's simplistic enough where I can kind of grasp it, you know.
Yeah, they try to make it complicated, but it's not.
They do. So they can have a job and get a 6-digit figure pay.
Yeah.
Sounding like they know
using
something.
A bunch of $5 words and
and calculations on the chalkboard, whatever. Build it. That's what I say. Build it and show me. I'm a show me person.
Yeah. Well, if they were right about their calculations, they'd probably already have fusion, but they don't.
Well, see, that's just it. If they're correct about their theories, they'd already have some kind of mechanism, item, something created off of it. Now, a few they do, and we just don't know about them because, they're about, 20 years ahead, maybe? Something
well, so they gave us solar power, breaking of light, on a very diminished scale to what they could do,
Well, very, because, here's the oxymoron for you, how intelligent these fools are, is they give you solar power, and then they say, we're going to block out the sun.
Yeah. Yep, they're going to Mr. Burns us. Dimensions, reflections, loops.
They're so just stupid. Here's solar power. We're going to blot out the sun now, which is, of course, biblical, also part of their script, blotting out the sun.
Yeah, I think before we talked about China sending up like a countrywide size parachute to be like a second sun reflecting off the sun or something.
Yeah, they did a moon.
Oh,
Like
a moon.
Yeah. Yeah, I think they did that.
Yeah, so not surprising that they will play with stuff like. Well, I also just want to put out there to everyone to please remember Maui. It was around this time last year, and
Yes.
something just ain't right. Just saying on that
Hmm.
one. Just something.
Yeah, we haven't heard
Oh,
anything.
definitely.
They
A year
never
later.
allowed anybody to make any videos, anyone that did survive, and we've not heard squat.
Where are all the children? You know,
Yeah,
that's what I wonder.
yeah, never forget. Just like they say about
Yeah.
9/11, never
Mhm.
forget.
You know, and we have to remember their giant space lasers that they blasted down upon there.
Yeah,
They absolutely did.
blue is the new black.
Got my blue hat on.
Yeah,
See?
seriously.
Everyone
no.
dressed in blue from now
yeah,
on.
just not a lot in the news. I don't know when its actual anniversary is, but it's around here sometime, August, September. Am I right?
Yeah.
And and I just speculate that a lot of those properties were bought dimes on the dollar. Those people didn't want to go back and rebuild. Why rebuild your house next to burnt lots? Because your neighbors didn't.
Yeah, when you
know.
can sell it at a dime to Oprah Winfrey, right?
Mm-hmm.
Well, yeah. But anyway, so they cashed them out. They're moved to another island or town or something, and voila.
Yeah. No. Yep. Same thing's happening in BC. All the resort areas are being burnt out.
Ah.
Yeah. So they're doing it everywhere. Everywhere there's a 15-minute city, they're getting people out of there so that they can rebuild.
I need to backtrack a bit. You said blue is the new black. What does that exactly mean? Is there a meaning that I'm missing? Because in my world, blue is blue and black is black.
Okay. Well, they have that show on television called Orange is the New Black.
Yeah, I know, and it pisses me off. I don't watch it because the
I
name
don't either.
itself.
It's just such a meme. People know it after
Oh,
years.
you were just naming it. You don't know
Kind
any
of.
specific meaning to.
Well,
Okay.
yes, the blue part is the buildings that had blue roofs painted
You're
did
right.
not get burned or go down.
Right.
There, and
Yes.
I think and I think you were right. Oprah and a bunch of them in California, conveniently now, I think have blue roofs.
Yes.
So I was making up my own quip about it. Sorry.
Oh, okay. I thought I was just missing something, and I thought maybe you could enlighten me.
I know. Oh my God, Smoking in G sharp. She's talking in code again.
Yeah, a lot of the cities like that I've looked at, like Astana and that, there are a lot of blue roofs in there too. These places, they know what they're doing.
Yeah,
No, you could
something.
probably. I wonder if anyone out there's doing it. Because from Google Earth, you could probably keep an eye on when the roofs all start turning blue.
Well,
Something's coming.
people have already noticed it. It's already
Okay,
been
well,
noticed. Yeah.
Yeah, California. The big
Yep.
stars homes are all
Oh yeah.
blue tops now
Yeah.
or something.
They all started turning blue a few years ago. And
Yeah.
gee,
That's
I
a
wonder
ticket.
why. You know?
Right.
Yep, that's right off the hook. Blue didn't burn. So, yeah, wear a blue hat. It's the red laser they're using. Doesn't burn it through blue, and they have to use red if they're doing it from a satellite, because red is the only thing that will get through the cloud cover and atmosphere far enough to make it to the Earth.
Yep.
The ultraviolet won't do it, so they have to go for infrared. Close up,
And
you
yet
can use a
they're
green.
Aren't they blocking out the sun because of the infrared? I'm just saying.
I think that there's UV-C coming through, which is a higher level of radiation. I don't know why they want to get rid of CO2. Helps block radiation.
Because they
But
don't
they're
like us.
third.
Everything they do is like backwards.
No, they don't like us.
Yes.
Yeah.
Well, there is a reason, my theory, it still stands true. They are done with the human race. Right now, they're using the newbies to take out the originals. And then when they're done with all of that, they're going to get rid of them too, because they're done with the human race. They want to take your consciousness and throw it permanently into an actual matrix, into D-Wave or the other one. There's another computer, I always forget the name of it, that's a quantum computer as well. And they want to get everyone online. And then they want to make their little bots, because they're too stupid to realize that if this is already a matrix and we're already flesh bots, we're already the perfection of what they're going for, and they're regressing back to putting us back in metal and plastic, which was where we started. So chase your tail some more, morons.
Okay. No, I don't believe we started off like that, but I do believe that's where they're headed. But that's just a trap. Eventually, your consciousness will just fade away. That's their hope, is really to have a bunch of flesh bots, like you said, just with no consciousness, just doing what they want.
Yeah.
So they'll tell you that consciousness is going to the ether, or going onto the web, but it isn't. That's just eventually, like Noah Harari said, what will happen is eventually the computer will start doing so much thinking for you that human thinking will just be gone. You won't be bothered with that. It's too much effort. The computer will take over. How do you know they haven't done it already? Well, they're trying to. They're off the hook. They're still trying to. For a lot of people, give into the matrix, though. And I think there's different levels that people are at in the matrix, if you want to call it the matrix or whatever, but in the programming, right? Whether you're falling for the programming on TV, the programming from the computer, even from your power lines, right? They're programming you from that too.
Yes.
If you're giving into the feelings and emotions that they want to put on you, then you're falling for the program, and you're already got your tippy toe into the matrix. So it depends on how much you let it, really, because you can shut it off with giving yourself goosebumps. You can turn it off for a short period and be yourself for a little while without what they're doing.
Yeah.
I'm almost wondering. Oh, go ahead. Oh, okay.
I said, thank goodness for goosebumps. You can go.
Okay. Yeah. I was just thinking here as you were talking, in the future, having to deal with things like ordering a meal or paying a parking ticket or something to a robot-ish kind of thing. That's going to be a new frustration. Because they only answer what's been put into them, and
yeah, I could see that.
Anyway, I was just thinking, as we go into,
I don't know. What do you think the future of the internet will look like?
Oh, this is my fantasy.
I don't think we'll have to even have a computer or a phone. I think you'll just
possibly not.
Tap your temple.
Yes, just have a
order me a
3D
pizza.
goggles.
Well, you wouldn't even need those. Just some nanotech in your eyeballs.
Oh yeah, possibly later on.
Yeah.
But yes, and you'll walk into YouTube channels, and it'll be an actual virtual room, and you'll all have your avatars, and you'll recognize each other as well as your names. Go ahead.
They tried that with the metaverse. People got sick from it, though.
Yeah,
that's why I think they're working on ocular implants, because if you can just augment the reality around a person, it's not as disorienting as totally immersing them in a new environment. Augmented reality isn't as harsh on people. It doesn't make them as dizzy. So they'll just, I think that's the way they're going to go. And they do use the glasses for that. But putting an implant in would be much easier. Then you can just order pizza, right? Just say order pizza,
Mhm.
give a
Yep.
tap, show me pizzas. So you look at the list of pizzas. You have a virtual screen in front of you. I'll have this, this, and this. Order. There you go. It's done.
Well, I just saw a TikTok video where they've got something. I don't know if you have to be chipped or what to do it. They didn't say, but they already have technology up and running where you can look at your app drawer and you can just land your eyes on the app you want to open and it'll open.
Yeah. They also have like movement recognition on the glasses, so you can use it like a tap screen with just your hand in the air.
I could use
Yes,
that right
like in
now.
Minority Report. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, because the mouse is getting old.
Yeah.
I want hands free.
I'm
Yeah, they
tired of slamming mouses to death because they suck and they're not working.
Max always knocks my mouse on the ground, so I could use that. All you'd need is like a movement scanner instead of a keyboard
Yeah.
or a mouse, and just move your hand in front of the screen, and it would know.
They
Yeah.
do, yeah. And I do think we're very close to Minority Report as
Yeah.
the way things are going.
Yep.
Somehow,
Yep.
a lot of it. I would
And
trip out though if we had those live flora that woman had. They were like dangerous. Her garden and her flowers were like alive, kind of. You don't remember that part of Minority Report?
I haven't seen Minority Report.
No, it's been a long time.
Yeah, it's a trippy movie. Sorry.
I've seen a couple of scenes or clips from it. That's about it.
Yeah, I'm just a sci-fi nut. That's all.
That's cool. Yeah, I just don't watch a lot of movies now. Over the past, say, 10 years, last movie I watched was that I went out to watch. Captain America, the first one. I know there's probably been about 3 or 4 since then, but yeah, long time ago. Since I woke up and decided that movies were made by Hollywood, most of them anyways, and that they're evil, they can't have my money.
Yeah.
Plus, they raised the prices so high you couldn't really afford it anymore. It was ridiculous.
Oh yeah.
Well, it seems like lots of people do. So, movie out here, I think, is about $16. I'm not sure.
Per person?
Yeah,
I don't know.
These days.
I don't know. Must be up around there. I think it was $8 last time I went.
Ah. I have no idea. I have not. I was saying the other night, I think the movie theater is on its way out. It's a dying thing like the drive-in.
Well, they have these really comfy chairs. That's why I went.
Oh yeah, some of them are cool.
Yeah.
They'll serve you beer and pizza at a little table you sit at. Some of them are really
This one just
swanky
had these lounge chairs, these big, huge recliner chairs put in. So I wanted to go and try them out.
Yeah, some of them are. They had to do that because, yeah.
Well, they
people
were
aren't
so
as
comfy,
apt.
I fell asleep. So I didn't see much of the movie. But I had a great sleep. It was awesome. What was the last movie you went and saw?
In a theater?
Yeah.
Ooh. Okay. I think it was, yes. It was National Treasure with Nicolas Cage.
Okay.
Long
Heard of
time
it.
ago. And we're talking, whoa, this was back in the O's somewhere.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, I think that was the last time I went to a theater. After that, just the streaming got so good, and yeah.
I have not been to a movie theater since I was in my 20s, so I have no idea what I watched last.
Yeah, that's my best recollection. I don't think I saw anything in the theater after
Uh,
that.
the
Says it
place I
was
went
released in
was Wonderland.
2004.
Wonderland in Niles. They had a movie theater. Or actually, they turned Wonderland into a movie theater. It was a store at first. I remember where I went, but I don't remember what I watched.
Hmm. Yeah, there's Woo Riders.
Yeah, no, right now I get my indoctrination at home. That's basically,
Right, right.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I can't
yeah.
help it. It's a vice.
I
Yeah.
still watch. It's just I'm very selective.
Me too. And when I'm watching a science fiction, I know, hey, the fiction part, this is not real, you know.
Right.
And when they try to interject things like they do, you just look at it and go, ha ha, I see it for what it is, and move on,
Yeah.
Yeah. But other than that, yeah, I just stay in the fiction and then, but once in a while they'll
I
drop a
suppose.
jewel, a little gem in there of, oh, that could really happen shortly.
Well, that's why I watch still, and I'm very selective, especially with the sci-fi stuff. They really do sneak a lot of gems in there that are actual truth and shows you what their agenda is.
I think so, something.
Yeah.
Uh-huh. Yeah, they like to play their hands out. I don't know. That's it's a weird trait they have. It's like every evil villain in every movie, right?
Yeah.
They have to stand there and I'm going to do this to the world, and this is my
Yeah.
plan, and it all hinges on this one thing that if it goes wrong, the whole thing will not work. Just this one little linchpin. But that's okay. I'm telling you because you're tied up, and I'm going to kill you now. I'm going to walk away. See you in the next life.
That's a great summary of exactly
Yeah,
what.
huh? Yeah.
No, yeah, I don't. It's boggling to us out here. Why they do it. Many speculate, but yeah.
Yeah.
But I do
Well,
look back on.
I wanted to add I like to watch Stargate, and there's this one character called Tilk, and he's a good guy, and he had a bad guy tied to a tree stump, chained to a tree stump, and um, they're like this character has this pouch in their stomach, both of these characters, and he was questioning this guy, and he wouldn't answer his questions, and he had the guy knocked out, so he's conscious now while they're having this discussion, and he wasn't answering his questions, so Tilk starts to walk away, and he says, "Why are you walking away?" He said, "Because," very calmly, "because you are going to explode." He had a bomb in his pouch in his stomach,
Oh.
and he didn't know it because he had previously been unconscious. And the whole scene is just awesome because Tilk's walking away, and behind him, this guy is just all ablaze.
Oh.
Just boom. Fuck
Oh.
yeah, that's what I'm talking about.
Dramatic ending.
Yes. No, yes.
Yeah, it always sucks when you're going to blow up.
Yeah. Wasn't
It's a
nothing you
bad
could do
day.
about it. Oh.
They used to have this show called SCTV in Canada. And there was actually a bit where there was these two yokels, and they'd have people on to blow them up. And they would go, he blowed up real good.
You blow it up real good. What? Hillbillies?
Yeah. Yep. They'd have like stars on famous people, and they'd blow them up.
Huh. Okay. Huh.
made me think of it. Sorry.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Yep.
Let me see if I can find that.
Well, remember, you don't want to get in trouble. Copyright.
Oh, it's even finishing it. There we go.
Not everyone knows about Stargate, so if you like sci-fi
This is
stuff,
for learning
People
purposes.
got blowed up good in that one. Blowed up real good.
wow, these two idiots.
Too many of those films coming out of Europe. But I'll tell you, I do have a favorite director over there, and that's
You guys can look up
Michelangelo
SCTV.
Antonioni. Oh, yeah. You see that movie, Zabriskie Point?
Yeah.
You remember how it ended?
Yeah, everything at the end blowed up.
Blowed up good.
Blowed up real good.
Real good.
Yeah. You know that one movie he made, though, I didn't like was Blow Up.
No, I didn't like that neither. Nothing blowed up in it.
I don't know why they call a movie Blow Up and nothing blows up.
No,
I got my money back on that one.
Well, I don't blame you. Well, now it's time to pick our favorite domestic film released last year.
Well, People's Choice, of course, was Robert Redford's Ordinary People.
I didn't like that. It was too talky.
Yeah, I didn't like it either.
I got my money back on that.
Good for you. My favorite choice, however, was David Cronenberg's Scanners. Ooh.
Oh, Scanners. Yeah, I like that.
Yeah, I like
That
it too.
Louis Del Grande character, he blowed
Oh,
up.
yeah.
He blowed up real
Yes.
good. Yeah, I like the part where he went to shaking. Oh, he was shaking and shaking and shaking.
He was just a shaking, and his veins started to palpitating, and then he blowed up.
blowed up real good.
Real good.
I like that a lot. Me too. Well, that's all the time we got for Farm Filmer.
There you go.
Scanners is a good, what was it, an 80s or 90s movie? I think
Yeah.
it was
Yeah.
an 80s movie. It was good. I wished I had that power sometimes. Just
Well, that was where
really
you guys
hard and
remember
really
John
slow.
Candy.
Yeah, that
Yes.
was a very young John. I was going to just say.
That's where he
My
got his
gosh.
start here in Toronto.
Yeah, yeah,
on
yeah.
STTV.
Yeah, what was that comedy series they had up there?
SCTV.
Is that what it's called?
That
Yes,
was
it's
what it was
like
called. Yeah.
it's like our Saturday Night Live, and a ton of actors and comedians came out of there.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. Yep. Rick Moranis. Gosh, all of them really went down and made it big in the States in movies.
Oh
and
yeah,
stuff.
yeah, absolutely. Yeah, that was a
Gilda
big period.
Radner. No, not Gilda Radner.
I
oh,
can't
God.
think of them all, but yes, there's a
Yeah.
lot of people that were on Saturday Night Live came from SCTV. That's right.
SCTV.
Oh, what's his name? Not Eddie. Yeah, Eddie Murphy. No.
So John Candy, Eugene Levy, Joe Flaherty, Dave Thomas, Catherine O'Hara, Andrea Martin Short, Rick
Martin
Moranis,
Short. There's one. Yeah. Yeah.
Harold Ramis, Robin Duke, you guys wouldn't know, Tony Rosato, John Hamphill, I don't know who he is, Mary Claudette Wilcox, and Jan Randall. Okay.
Oh, that
Well,
sounds
I'd say the first 5 or 6 most people knew.
yeah.
Or yeah, the top
Yeah,
row there.
And
Rick
if I see a
Moranis.
face, then I'll go, oh yeah, you know, because names sometimes are
Yeah.
hard to keep around. At least for
most-
me.
Most of these, John Candy, Eugene Levy, Catherine O'Hara did a few movies. Andrea Martin did a few. Of course, Martin Short, obviously, and Rick Moranis did quite a bit of stuff. But yeah, the rest of them didn't do it quite as much.
I liked Inner Space with Martin Short.
Yeah. Oh, that was a cute movie. Yeah.
Yes, yes, Inner Space. I think it's, you know, if they know how to shrink the kids.
Do you remember
what else do they know
Spaceballs?
how to- Yeah, Spaceballs. I love that one scene from Spaceballs about Fast and Future.
Right, that was Rick Moranis, I think.
Yes.
Oh yeah, there you go.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I don't
use the
remember
Schwartz.
how it goes. Morgan would have known, but he loved
Hi, Morgan.
horses. Morgan!
Hi, Loretta.
I know.
Morgan,
Come on
you
up.
better come up. Haven't seen Morgan in a minute.
Yeah,
Gonna
ground
go
us.
for-
I'm
gonna
all
go
over
for
the
a little
place.
while longer. Not too long, much longer. We're at 1:29.
Oh,
I
okay.
should do class tonight. But come on up, Morgan. Now we're on to old shows and movies.
Yeah, we're just like I said, we're all ground us up here.
But we brought it back to the spiritual. We brought it back to the Schwartz. So Rick Moranis and the Schwartz used
Yeah.
the Schwartz.
Hmm.
I hope everyone's seen Spaceballs, or otherwise I'm just
Well, if you haven't, go give it a shot.
yeah.
Yeah, I
You
will.
know,
I don't
you
think
can
I
use it
have.
well.
I don't think I've seen it.
Oh, you haven't? Okay,
Just-
it's
yeah.
a mockery of Star Wars.
Oh, got you.
Yes.
Got you, like a satire.
Oh yeah, total sat.
Yes.
I'll have to. I will then see it. No,
Yeah,
some
here.
things I just skip right by me. It's weird. It's like I'm on my personal Mandela. It's not there, then it is.
Here's
Or I thought it was
Spaceballs.
there.
So
It's like,
here's the Darth Vader character, Rick
oh
Moranis.
yeah, Martin Short, right?
Rick Moranis.
Rick Moranis. I mean,
Yeah.
Yes,
get those
find
kinds
that one clip. Try to play that one clip where they're looking at a screen and they're talking about then and now, future tense, past tense, and it's like, when's that going to happen? Now. Well, when was that? Something like that.
I don't think I'd be able to find any particular scene, but big helmet. You were going to say Spaceballs 10 minutes.
I can't breathe in this thing. No. Please. No, not that.
Yes, that.
Sanders!
Sir.
What's the matter with this thing? What's all that churning and bubbling? You call that a radar screen?
No, sir. We call it Mr. Coffee.
Dearly beloved, we are gathered here on this most joyous occasion to witness Princess Vespa, daughter of King Roland, going right past the altar, heading down the ramp and out the door.
Will you turn that thing off? What? What is it?
Down immediately.
Shall I have Snotty beam you down, sir?
I don't know about that beaming stuff. Is it safe?
Oh, yes, sir. Snotty beamed me twice last night. It was wonderful.
All right, I'll take a shot at it. What the hell? It works on Star Trek.
Who is he?
He's an asshole, sir.
I know that. What's his name?
That is his name, sir. Asshole. Major asshole.
And his cousin?
He's an asshole too, sir. Gun is made first class Philip Asshole.
How many assholes we got on this ship anyhow?
Yo!
I knew it. I'm surrounded by assholes.
Keep firing, assholes!
I'm having trouble with the radar, sir.
What's wrong with it?
I've lost the bleeps, I've lost the sweeps, and I've lost the creeps.
The what?
The what?
And the what?
I don't know
that
if I
is
would cook
great.
Yeah,
I'm
that
surrounded
wasn't the
by
part I
assholes.
wanted, but that was not the part I wanted, but that'll do. It gives them a peek into it. Yeah.
Yeah, that is. Yeah, I will. I'll watch it.
So it's all really stupid humor. So yeah.
Yeah,
Yes.
real. Yeah, slapstickish.
Yeah.
kind of-
Yeah.
Yes.
No deep hidden stuff really. I think Canadian cinema was the last to have any genuineness to it. I guess I'd say.
Yay, Morgan!
Hi, Morgan.
Morgan.
You using the Schwartz?
Yes, I am.
Isn't it May the Schwartz be with you or something like that in that
Yes.
movie?
Yep.
That's right.
That's right. So if you ever want to know why I say "May the Schwartz be with you," that is why.
Okay, now
Yes.
got the code.
You'll have to go watch the movie, and then you'll get it. And next time
Yes.
you'll laugh.
That's right. That's right.
Hi, Alfred. Nice to meet you. Everyone say hi to Alfred.
Alfred. Hey.
Yeah, cheers, Alfred.
So what's up, Morgan?
Well, I'm doing all right. You know, I was talking with I can't remember the name of him now, but you guys know there's these flat Earth channels. Like there's this Lucius Aurelius guy. There's that new Lunchbox guy. I'm not sure. Have you heard of those things?
Yeah.
Like okay, yeah.
Not those particular ones, but
All right.
yeah,
Well,
I do visit Flat Earth
I
channels.
dropped by my place yesterday.
Oops.
No.
Atari thing, right? The Atari Tetris.
Oh yes.
Russian game and how it goes back to and how I think those connected with the architecture and everything. Well, I was talking to I can't remember his handle. The Lorelia Chris. It's that other channel that's like my lunchbox. It's Lucius something or other. It's the other big channel. I forget what his name is. It's I can't believe I forget his handle now. But anyway, I contacted him, and he's a huge Atari fan. Or he got right back to me and was like, "Yes, this is an awesome discovery. This is real, like totally, and I'm going to totally do a thing on it or whatever."
Hey, Marlene.
But an orbiter.
Give everyone a brief explanation of the scenario.
Sorry, Max. What was that?
Give everyone a brief explanation of the Atari link.
Oh, okay. There's a game that you've probably heard of for years, and it wasn't just a video. Like it came from Russia for many years, from a long time ago, called Tetris.
Yes, Tetris.
And it goes back to like Russian intelligence and Russian like weird stuff. And to the old world and to old world architecture and doing the math for it and everything. And that's what it suggests in like the box, because it's done for so many old Russian and Oriental, the game named Go. There's a whole, it goes really deep with just the back to Tetris, how it's a secret and goes back to old Russian secret. So, so now the game, the game and the company Atari is made up of Tartaria. It's Tartaria. It's a place, to hidden it in their symbols and whatnot. All right. So Atari has a company named Tengen, and Tengen is Atari. It's the name of the company that they worked under in order to make video games for the Nintendo Entertainment System without having to license it through the Nintendo Entertainment Game System. Now, they made this game and not have to go through different licenses and different things and like and different people and whatnot.
They even had to make their own chip too, didn't they?
Yeah, they had to make their own chip and everything. And what they got to do is not have it be sanitized. And this Tengen version was the original one that came from Atari and like in the arcades, and it had architecture and 8 different levels. It had the different people that would come out dancing. Mongols, Orientals, and old Russians would all come out, and there'd be 8 different types of architecture, and the sign with cymatic patterns, the things in the window, the rose windows for the and it would show all that stuff, and the bricks, the red bricks, show the castles, and the old world architecture. And this game was like available. It was like the #1 game or whatever was available and everything. And what they did was they made it to be able to play on the Nintendo game systems that everybody could see it and everything. The case had the Kremlin on it with the towers and the domes. If you think of the Russian and like the towers and the domes, the stupas and the towers and the Antiquitech on the tops and everything. All right. Well, also underneath them, how they have the water systems and everything. Well, in Tetris, where they show the architecture too, is underneath the buildings, because the Tetris is a Tetris well, and how they moved all the blocks to build those buildings. And we're all saying, oh, it had to be giants, Okay, they also have this step thing called a water well, And in the Tetris well, that's how you do it. You set when you build the thing, you also set up a water well from which you put your stones in so that you can raise them up and set them in place in the water, and then you drain the water out, and then you replace the water. Anyway, you use the water, and it's a Tetris well.
Yeah,
And more
using the water to make the blocks less heavy.
Yes, exactly. And
place them
I have video
properly.
of that too. Last night, a guy actually put out our melted reality. He actually showed on a temple or whatever. I think one of the pyramids, which are found all over the world, not just in that place.
Everywhere.
Yeah, everywhere the temples are. Okay, in Africa, in China, and the thing, and they showed how they use the water, and it's a Tetris. It's a well. It's a rectangle. And you fill it with water, and that's how you bring up the stones. It's from the game. It even shows it in the game.
Yeah.
That's the point. The game is to show you that other architecture, and it shows underneath the Kremlin how it keeps building and everything. It's really amazing. Now, the game for America, when it was going to be seen by millions of people, they wanted to immediately sanitize it, get rid of the Russian thing. And when they set out that Russian game from Tengen, Atari, and set it into the thing, it was so good. There was all these things on Nintendo. They were like, no, and they scrapped it. Like they even had this big, huge lawsuit thing. And the only game that didn't get through was, it's like, okay, well, as long as we can stop Tengen's Tetris from everybody seeing, because it would be in too many people's faces, the Russian architecture, it'd be seen by too many people. The fact that the architecture,
that was at the height of the Cold War as well.
yes, exactly, and going into the ground, and how it's the well, and it all goes together. And the same thing is, if you look at the game in Russia, it goes back to all that stuff, and like and their math and everything, so anyway, it's amazing. And it didn't stop on Rap. I haven't looked at it all yet either. But the thing is, Atari and then Tataria, and Tengen means a paradise on the go. It's a game like chess, but it's Go. With turning.
Yeah, Tengen is the middle point or something.
Yes,
isn't
exactly. Paradise, the center of the board.
Yeah.
That's right, Max. That's right. And that Tengen, I guess that's the center of the board. That's right.
Yeah.
And Atari, like you were saying, it means the essence, Atari, and then Atari, I think it also stands for Tataria, and because you build, it's programming, building in blocks and blockchain, and then like zeros and ones, like you build the games together, and I mean basic and whatnot, block and let then if then, but yeah, you're building. And like I said, I think it's like building Babel again, because you're building another architect of another society, like a matrix, and leaving the other one behind and going into a technical one that can be, anyway,
or it could be like I kind of see it. Maybe you're rebuilding the foundation on the foundation of the old.
Yeah. Yes. Exactly. Or building on the foundation of the old, and just the connection of them trying to hide all of the information about like the old math, like just what the old math holds, and how they're like, okay, what is it? What is the specific old mathematics with the Russian architecture and then the Tartarian architecture, obviously, because the area and all that. And it's like, it all goes together into the big picture. Like of the stuff that we in the group and in the community, we have that sight of what is it that they're kind of saying. And it's like, well, they're just showing you how it's done. Like, and I'm sure there are things that are part of it that are covered up that I don't see yet either. But I just put it together. Yeah. And then that Lucas Orbiter, Aurelius guy, he was like, yeah, I'm going to check that out too. The thing is, everybody's agreed that it's a thing. It's a real thing. And it's just amazing. Even the guy, the Tengen, they're known for making the video games. The baseball games, which is masonry. Just meaning like the guy, and he's his own guy too, like from China. I mean, they kind of like people like, who's he bowing to? At some point, you can imagine probably nobody, except for if there was an old man that was very, very rich that used to own one of the companies. That would be the only people any of these men would have bowed to, I think. Like, because they kind of got to do their own thing. And that's the thing. That's why the lawsuits and all that, because other people have to catch up to these guys, because they're the guys that understand the chips and how semiconductors. I could now start talking about like the plates and the actual chips and all that. But I mean, like I think we know how they work. It's zeros and ones. It's just a light getting to go through the gate or not go through the gate, whether the program goes from here to there. And I mean,
Yeah, it's a switch, on or off.
exactly, and you make it more complicated. The thing that I don't think some people understand is actually how once you have a game and something that can do something, you know, saying Max, how we know, oh, you could do a million things with that. You know what I mean? That do one thing or two. Oh wow! It's like, and then when it could do 4 things, people didn't understand. That's where we got the huge bits from. When it was like, you know, when it's like, look, if you can do 4 different things with 4 different characters, it's endless. Like before, we used to work with 2 things or 2 arrays. You know what I'm saying? Like being able to overlap them with the 4-bit, and then we would have an item that we could manipulate. But I mean, it's just amazing when you dimensionally manipulate. You know what I'm saying? In a 3D environment, you can do when you only are working with, like working just with a program. When you can do an if then, like let me look into a mirror dully, right, and then begin to try to make a thing like a hologram or like.
Well, that's the 10 gen, I think. The gen in 10 gen, I think that's the genetics.
Yes, exactly.
Generations or genetics.
Yeah, the
I think
generations.
that's you know,
of the mind to be able to think from that point.
well, the technology, I think.
The technology, the great work.
Like if they can alter, you know, they've been working on altering man, right?
Yes.
So if they could do that through a chipset with a program, because they can use the screens to pulse at your DNA.
Yes.
Well, we have a theory where you know how we conveniently have drones, and we've had drones for quite some time. And my theory is that when you're playing war games like COD, Call of Duty, are you really just shooting game characters? Because there's always a war happening on this planet. I'm wondering if they're using us, well, I don't play, but you know, us as people, to help with their wars.
They
So
did.
why do you need to
They did and they do. They did and
draft
they do.
anybody? So I'm right.
You are right. Yes.
I thought so.
They did and they do. The Lavender system is based on all of your gameplay.
Yeah, they've
So there
improved.
you have it. Thank you for
They've
the
got,
compliment.
and now what they have is they have drones going in after they drop bombs and shooting anybody that crawls out of the rubble.
Yeah, and you think you're
love that
just a
movie.
game character,
But
and you're
it's all
not.
based on the gameplay from games
Ender's
like
Game.
Descent and all that.
Yeah.
And others, you know, where you're flying around.
Yeah. And when you're working on your simulation, you can if they can access online and go, please get us the best players right now. What do you mean? Because we legally have through the contract that they made when they agreed to play the game for free that we handed out. You get what I'm saying, right? With the upgrades or whatever, when they agreed to take certain mods, right? It's like if the army would like to get your help, right? Meaning just your gameplay. If we want to study it, right? If you accept the specific groovy mods. So we just mean we want to study your screen gameplay. If we give you yes, okay, I agree to it, and that's all it is. But that's what it is. You're playing. They're mapping it. They're using it to improve their weapon systems.
Yep.
And they're using 5-6-year-old boys and girls. You know what I'm saying, right? Because they're the ones going the quickest. Sitting there playing Adderall. You know what I mean? At home, right, on their computer, and their dad's like, I don't know how he does it. He doesn't die, and it's like neither does the military. Except they were able to program what we just agreed, all the drones, and now they're perfect. And they'd have somebody else would have to beat this 4-year-old kid, and we don't know anybody yet because he's completely lucid, non-amphetamines. Like, you know what I mean? Like like I used to be their golden boy.
Yeah.
You know, it's weird though watching like the boys and the supers and all that. Everybody's been somebody special. You've been on a game of coach, right? Where you were the one that I'm relying on you to, you know, for the other girls to get the basketball to and the key. You know what I'm saying? Like we've all had a role at some point in some group, whether even if it was on Mathletes or whatever. You know, if you were the captain, you were the captain, and it's it's important. But yeah, man.
But yeah, they do use that for sure.
I remember knowing that, like when we're searching for places, like in our brains, you know, remote viewing and things like that. I remember being at home with the video game and being like, are they? You know what I mean? Like, and not just be like, oh, you're just going nuts or whatever. And it's like, no, because it's like, how come the game it would get to a certain speed, and then you'd be like, dude, they have to use this for mapping and generally, you know what I mean? Like because they'd be fools not to. It's like, how not? Like I mean, you have people out there playing the games in the same way that they can open source, or in the same way that they've got those boxes for the Nelson ratings. You know, they know you hit the box and it automatically goes like to the place and tells them what you're watching. I'm pretty sure it works that way, like the cable box where you get for how you used to get HBO or whatever. Oh, remember the Rogers cable, and you get a box, right?
Yeah.
On top, so they can. Yeah. So if they hook one of those up, even they can, like, and that's what they used to do to get your signal. Now it's just a simple wire at your home that everybody has, like digital cable, right? Like, yeah. Through the digital cable. So
yeah, it's a single wire with a positive and negative. Yeah.
And if you're using the ones that are wireless, they can come right in with the program. Hi, Scott. Who are you?
Yeah.
Government. We've got wireless. We can go at anybody's tablet we want. So would you like to help us out with something? We'll give you some Bitcoin. Sure. Okay, let's play. You know what I mean? Like they do that. They have to do that. Now, what child wouldn't say no? You know what I mean? Like you're a kid, you ask your parents permission. Hey, Daddy, I want to do this for who? It's like, it's a government. They say that I'm just playing, like, you know, like Pokemon good enough that they want to watch me. What are they going to give you? A free college? Yes. Say yes. Say yes.
Yeah.
Yep.
And once they get better with these AI, they'll move just like people.
Yeah.
These robots, they're getting closer.
Imagine the draft. It's like, oh no, I have to go to war. Wait, what does going to war mean?
Yeah.
Oh, it means that you have to be at your computer and log in at least 4 hours in the 24-hour period. Wait, so it means that I have to, you got to play Call of Duty for a certain amount of time every day.
Yep.
Yeah, I can do that.
We're getting close to that. We're getting very close to that now.
That's what I mean. So I'm not going to have any risk of being shot.
Nope.
No, we're the rich country, son.
Yeah.
We're the ones with the bullets and the guns. They're the ones that we're shooting. Oh, you don't have a problem with that, do you? What, not dying? No problem whatsoever.
Yeah.
You know, and that's the point, right? Oh no, I got my ticket. What does this mean? It means that you have to sit down at your computer and play your game, son. Oh, like that's
these days it's much easier than that too. You don't even direct the bot. You just say okay or no to the target. Each target, you just get an okay or a no.
Wow, we actually need you just for that, the okay. Oh, wow, because of humanity or whatever, right? For the thing with Satan and the entities.
They don't need the human, really. They could just set it loose on its own.
Yeah, no, I know why too. Wait, okay, not without sounding insane, right? Because even Satan with the council of the whatever has to be sitting there in front of whatever we all know source to be in the balance, going with the weight scale, right? Looking at it, going, how far can I go today? Okay, can I do this? Of course it's doing that to source. Can I get away? Can I do that? Oh, it's edging all the time to God to see if it'll tip his anger or whatever source is.
Yeah.
Yep. But at the moment, that's where they are, is pretty much the humans only there just to say yay or nay.
Yeah. No doubt. And they're just sitting there to see what they can, you know what I mean? Basically doing that with God. Well, God's like.
Well, they have to have a hatred in them.
Yeah.
You know?
Oh, yeah. Because like, I can feel good clenching its fist. Like, you know what I mean? It's beginning, like the hardening of the whatever, of the imam or whatever you want to call the thing that comes alive, and its hands being forced. I can feel the statue coming alive. Like, you know what I mean? Like when that enemy's gone into a room and it's coming alive, and it's like, there's nothing you can do about this. It's you did it with your own choice, meaning the people that have chosen something else, the angel or whatever.
We got to stop. This needs to be stopped, really.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Like,
it's gone too far. You know, AI killer bots is just we're already there, unfortunately, and it has to be repealed. You know,
like, okay, and the thing is, it comes down into a light.
Maybe a reset is a good thing. You know.
Yeah, and the light that's in us, Max, you, me, the women. You know what I mean, right? The light that's inside of us is going to be at war with the light in the machine. I'm pretty sure we'll win, like really well.
Yeah. When I was a
don't know.
child, this is the reason that I thought God came back and destroyed man, because of the technology he made, and that's why I thought the Catholic Church suppressed technology, so that God wouldn't come back and go, "Oh man, you guys are just fucking it up."
Just a bunch of fuck ups. Yeah.
I
Yeah.
think it is. I think that's what he does. He goes, slow down, slow down, slow down. You're going really evil, real fast, and you're just going to go faster doing that. So just
Yep.
graces it, because I'm just going to knock down your thing here out of the sky because you're going too fast, too quick, too far. Like, slow down, love somebody, have a picnic at a beach, like for real, like smell a flower, go for a walk, ride my
Live
wild
your
horses.
life. Stop trying to control everyone else's and go live your own life.
Yeah. Find out what it means to you then. If you don't know what that means, I give you the freedom in truth to do that. Find out. You don't have to go off and fight a war or kill someone else. Like, you know what I mean? Like, certainly if there's peace around you, like you don't have to. Like you can
But they make money on it.
Well, yeah, that's what hopefully people are realizing is wars are bankers' wars. They're not
Yes,
ours.
they fund both sides of the wars. The war is always a holy war.
Yeah.
And that's that. Yeah.
And we've always been sacrificed. They've always been sacrificing virgins for the climate. So that's nothing new too.
Right.
That's what they're doing now. They're trying to sacrifice society for climate instead of a virgin into a volcano.
Yeah, pretty much.
Right.
And let's not forget, we're in the two hands of God. So anytime that sword is swung, there's two sides of that sword too.
Yep.
Yeah.
Good and bad, black and white, photon.
Yep. Yeah, right now the swing back is going to come pretty hard. So they have to try and control that. Like Paul was saying, they're trying to right now drive people into the churches, it seems.
Yes, absolutely.
That'll help keep up a division, and give some control over the people's thoughts and minds. So yeah, that's seems to be what they're doing.
So whatever you do, stay away from them churches.
Yeah.
That was weird. I was saying that when I was walking back from the store this morning. When I went last week, there was a little bit of a whatever downtown, but then when I went out this week, I was wondering, and there's a thing called Wambo here, Wallaceburg's Antique Motor and Boat Show. So we're talking about antique cars, the motorbikes, you know what I mean, like the whole deal, the fire trucks, and everything. It really made me want to have a thing to use to record it to show everybody, oh, this is my town, on a regular day. But it looks nice, it was fun to go and everything, especially when that's my time to go out. It's the only time anything goes on anyway. But yeah, so I went out, and on my way home I was walking by the church, and I remember thinking, they know that like it's that you don't dwell in houses of brick, and when you say like your house, you mean the people that obey love and truth, like when they feel the message of truth and love, like to love other people, and that you like to be, so when you do that, when you hear that, like love, like light inside of people, like that's what it is. That's the church. Like people like, what is the church? And it's a real misconception that it's some building. It's not the building. It's inside of people.
Yeah, the church is a congregation of people.
Right.
Yeah.
It's not a church. Yeah.
Yeah, it's a congregation. Exactly. It has to be made up of people. Like so it can't be a building of brick.
Yeah.
Right.
Like
young people are realizing that. A lot of people are understanding more the spiritual path, along with like the study of the Christian books and others. I know a lot of preachers reel against that. And if Christ isn't born, a man and died on the cross, then it has no meaning. And I'm like, how can you say it has no meaning? When it's the glorious message of inside you and that connection with everything.
Yes.
Right.
How can that have no meaning? Because you want to say it has to be a man or it has to be this. Well, every religion right now has their man or their dude that unless you believe this way or that way, you don't have the truth. And
Right.
that's just for division, instead
Yep.
of realizing the divinity inside of us. And we are divided, inside.
I mean,
Yeah.
at first, someone said about grounding, right? So like they like. Well, I know who it is. My friend over here. I think she likes it when I say things like this. I think like inside of the Bible, in the Word of God, Jesus says stuff like, "The people of Sodom and Gomorrah are going to enter my kingdom before you assholes." And it's like, wait.
He's paraphrasing, but he's correct.
Yeah.
And you're kind of, what I mean? Like, you sounded really upset there. But there's a few guys here that are kind of happy. What do you mean? Well, you said you people of Sodom and Gomorrah are going to enter the kingdom of God before, and then you pointed at even the Pharisees and other people, and made specific mention of them, and then said, before you assholes, meaning that they were going to enter your kingdom as well at some point. It just would be in a less glorious way, but obviously it still wouldn't suck, so it would just be something where they would know, oh, it's not as glorious, but it certainly does not seem like there's some kind of a damnation for everything, because that would have to suck for you being a sensitive being to know that instead of just nothing because they refuse to obey. I could understand a being refusing and being mad and insane, and you saying, I have to keep them in darkness.
Yeah.
Because I have to, even themselves would not want themselves like to do this. Therefore, I keep them in utter darkness because it's what they have chosen. Like,
Well, you reminded me of one of my favorite holy strokes that Jesus Christ had from Jesus of Nazareth. They were on him for healing the blind guy, and he was talking to them, chewing them out about saying that they're calling him a false healer, a false prophet.
Yeah.
He didn't really heal that guy. That guy wasn't really blind, blah, blah, blah.
Yeah,
and he says to them, I don't remember the whole speech because it's been a minute, but he said, since you say you see, when you don't see, your sin remains. That's the very epitome of the wokeism going on.
Yes. Yeah, even though he went ahead and said, I'm not making any claims. Hell, find the guy, kick his ass. How do I know if he didn't just do all these things that you accuse him of? I don't know. Honestly, I don't know. All I know is what the man did for me, what he did when I saw him. I don't know of these things you accuse him of. You say he's this, you say he's that. He may be. I don't know if he's good or bad even. I just know I couldn't see before, and now I can. Point blank.
Yeah. Here's another part. I call this his holy stroke, like literally. He's calling them brood of vipers, and he says, how will you escape damnation? You brood of vipers, how will you escape damnation? Because I think that is key.
I like it when he said synagogue of Satan. That was good.
Yeah, he's talking about your house is the synagogue of Satan.
And
yes.
Now in my vein thinks of John, when since the question is being asked, right? Okay, well, when those men or men of that type walked by John, and by God was there, and God happened in the book that day to be talking to, like out loud to the people about his kid too. He'd go, this is my son who I'm well pleased, and listen to him. So John the Baptist was there, Jesus Christ was there, and God had been talking to people, and there were soldiers there who knew what they were and went, look, we like steal money and shit and beat people up on a regular, look at you on a pretty regular basis. How do we get saved? And can we be? And John's like, yes, you can actually. You can.
You just have to stop doing all of that. Yeah.
You have to stop taking more money. You got to stop robbing. You got to accept the money that you get paid from the person that's supposed to pay you. Meaning you have to accept your pay. You can't be robbing from people, okay? Extorting people, all that's got to stop. The shopkeepers, you have to stop. But it doesn't matter if everybody does it. You will stop. And then you'll be able to, and you have to stop beating people up when you're in custody, more so than just what's expected normally. And the thing is, everybody knows what that is. It's like, don't beat guys up deliberately, just, whatnot and so forth. And that's what he said. He said, don't do your job overzealously with the physicalness. Don't be beating people up, and don't be stealing money. And he goes, and you can be in the kingdom of God too.
Yeah. Repent
And
your ways.
yeah, Jesus also had friendship. Jesus also met guys that he said to everybody, "Look, this guy gets it." Meaning, like all you were like, "I'm going to judge this guy." It's like, yeah, well, he's already like up there in authority. That not in a way that's bullshit either. In a way where this guy knows what being an authority means, because he's got guys that listen to him when he says do it, they go do it. And he's a guy that when someone else above him says, you go do this, he has to go do this. So he understands being both a slave and being the master.
Mm.
Jesus is like, yeah. And so he went to Jesus and goes, Jesus, I get it. You're the Son of God. You've got a job to do. So even though you've got things that you might want to do, that's not what you're going to do. You're going to do what your dad asks you to do. And because of that, you're right. Because I'm pretty sure your dad is what needs to be done. Or your dad is the thing that makes this go round. Like sword. And so because of that, you're just doing what needs to be done by order of him. I get it. You would do other things where you're doing your own will, but you are a man of authority with a job to do, just like me. So since you are that man's son and you do have that power, and I noticed what you're doing, like you do heal people and whatnot. Can you heal? No, wait, not can you. And that's the other thing. He didn't say, can you? He went, heal my son because you can. Because the belief was already there, which is why Jesus goes, I can do it for you.
He said your faith is healed
already. It's already done. Like, in other words, it's already done. Like, he didn't say it's already done. He goes, he's healed from this very hour. But Jesus went and checked, going, is this guy hooked up to God? Meaning, and he checked with their faith.
Mm-hmm.
God told Jesus, because he prayed about it. Because that's the thing. Anything that he says, you can use it to check. Jesus goes, if they believe I can do anything, you know, and so Jesus could do anything, like in love, because he believed. So I can do the fish thing, you know, I can make more fishes because I'm giving it for. And that's the thing. Anything I ask in my Father's name, his Father is peace and love, you know, like obviously. And he could do anything in peace and love. He was completely lucid in that zone.
Yeah.
Cool. Well, I've got to cut it off in about 4 minutes. Got to get ready
Max.
for class.
Yeah, thanks so much for having me up. This has been great, everybody.
Yeah, thanks for coming up.
Yeah, really good connection. Y'all take care.
All right, have a good night.
You too. Much love. I'm so glad Morgan came in at the end.
Yeah, I like the Atari connection. That's
Yes, I
kind
used
of
to play
interesting.
Tetris. I
Yeah.
was good at it. Yeah.
Some our generation did, you know, like us guys, and then so did that other guy that makes the Lucid Orbiter or whatever. He was like Lucius Orbiter. He was like, yeah, he goes, his name was Battlestar or something like it was his favorite Atari game. His friend gave him that name, and he gave me a couple messages about it so far. So that's neat, you know. And other people are saying, congratulations. It's like that's a real one. That's a real one. But yet when I realized it, because that was my favorite game, and so many other people's too, Tetris, right?
Yeah.
And I just realized when all of a sudden it went back further, that it wasn't just the Nintendo and the Atari, and how Nintendo wanted to scrap the Russian parts, that no one knew that it went back to the Russian part. And then when I looked at the Russian part, it just kept on getting deeper and deeper. I haven't even gone halfway into the rabbit hole of, you know, the intelligence portion or whatever of the Russian thing. There's more documentaries to go down. So
yeah, there's definitely some Cold War connection there. Like they were trying to keep the Russian propaganda out of America. So showing Russian in a positive light was not a good thing at the time. That was another factor of it. But the underground connection and the Tartaria and the whole Gen and Essence and wow, there's a whole link of connections there to go through.
Yeah. And they stopped it from going mainstream in the States from like all the millions of box. They took the Russian, the Kremlin right off of the box, made it just look like generic pieces of columns coming down.
I remember that change too, that, you know, after it was talked about, I remember that happening. Because I remember when it first came out, it had the Russian onion top buildings, and then it went to the blocks actually coming down on a 3D slant towards you. I remember the blocks exactly.
Yeah. I couldn't understand a product becoming worse. You know what I mean? Like thinking, wait, they have the template for a better game already. Like, nobody takes it down and say, okay, well, is that because they're planning on is Nintendo making a Tetris 2 that was going to incorporate many of, and I thought that's why, right? Well, because they want to make more money, twice as much, hopefully, more. No, it was simply just because of one of those things where it's like, it's too good, it looks too good, you can tell what it's supposed to be.
Too much information. Yeah.
There's these Mongolians, Orientals dancing. They each have different songs with a twinge. Some's more Oriental, some's more Russian. I mean, it really gets you. There's 8 different types of buildings here with 8 different types of bricks and little windows and everything. Different styles of architecture. We can't have that.
Can't show too much detail yet. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's too early.
Yeah, you have to keep us updated on your research into that.
Yeah.
All right, guys. Thanks for coming by. Much love to you all.
Much love.
Well, hopefully we'll see you in class. We'll be in class in about a half hour.
I'll try. I might go to bed though.
All right.
Much love.
All right. Love. Have a good night.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye, guys.